All right, we are back with another edition of Music Night at the Majestic. Joining us tonight, where it is 2 a.m., it is Alessandro, Bruno, and Mirko Cirrone. They're known as the band Cirrone. Hello, guys.
Hello. Hello. Hi, Michael. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for staying up late to be on the show with us.
Thank you for inviting us. This is a great pleasure.
All right. Now,
Yeah.
for those of you watching who may or may not be familiar with the band, I first stumbled on these guys, probably about 8 years or so ago, with their album Uplands Park Road, and which several power pop magazines and blogs named it Album of the Year. So, congratulations on that, 8 years after the fact.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, the what makes the band unique is the fact that you've got impeccable musicianship, but their musical tastes are very diverse, and all of those tastes show up in the music. So, why don't we get started with giving the folks a bit of background? Well, first, why don't you introduce yourselves? Tell us, what instrument you play, and we'll go from there.
Mirko. Okay, I'm Mirko. I'm the youngest of the three, and I play guitar, electric guitar, and I enjoy also play other instruments like a bit of drums, bass, keyboards. He plays everything. And I write songs. And here we are. We have Alessandro, and I play guitar, the rhythm and lead guitar, and I sing and I play and I compose and I write songs. And last but not the least is Bruno, me, and I play bass. I play some guitar also, but usually I play bass live. Always I play bass live, and I write song all together with the two brothers. I am the middle one, even if I'm not in the middle. I'm the middle. Alessandro is the oldest, as you can see. And then we got our drummer on the back, as you can see.
Ah, there he is.
All right.
Well, tell you what, how old were you when you started playing?
Oh, we started playing when we were just, Mirko just a kid. It was, I think, 11. And I was 13, something like that, 14. Alessandro was in the 15, something like that. I am still 15. And we started because I was listening to a Paul McCartney record. I think it was "Give My Regard to Broad Street." You remember that album?
Yes, I do.
And I was listening to a sound of guitar. I think it was the Pink Floyd guitarist in that bit.
Yeah. David Gilmour, yes.
And I said, "Oh, this sound is amazing. I wanted to reproduce it." And I don't know why, it was something magic. And I remember we were going in that period play tennis, And I was reflect myself into the mirror. Instead of doing the tennis, I was imitating a guitar. There was something strange. I wasn't a tennis player, but so we started to play guitar in the apartment all together. We were coming back from school and rehearsing all day long, and then we never stopped from there.
All right, now Mirko, you being the youngest, did you have any choice? Did Alessandro and Bruno force you to play, or is this something that you just took to naturally?
No, actually, it was the contrary, because at the beginning they were playing guitar, and I was just staring at them. So I was just watching, and then one day I asked Alessandro, "Can you show me what did you do?
And,
what did you do?" Alessandro taught me this, which is the first thing that you learn on guitar. He's still doing better than me. And I realized that it wasn't so difficult for me. So I spent a few days doing this. It was quite good for me. And
Then what happened?
Alessandro was playing some rock and roll stuff, and he was doing this part, and I was playing the rhythm like this.
And then what happened?
So Alessandro at the beginning was the lead guitarist, and I was the rhythm one. But after a while, I was getting interested in doing solos also. So I was starting to do like these things, few notes, and one day I started to play like I don't know. And so on.
And I lost my job.
But I want to.
Is that when you pushed Alessandro off the stage and said, "This is my show now"?
No, repeat, please, because we didn't have.
Oh, I asked Mirko if that's when he pushed Alessandro off the stage and said, "This is my show now."
Yeah,
you're out of here.
It was very funny because after a couple of weeks we start playing. We were a family. We were all with our parents. He took this guitar and he starts, and we remained like, oh my god. He was, keeping very silent in the first 2 weeks. It was like a very. And I had a number when I was 12, and it was a very really simple, but it was really so effective. What do you say? Anyway, I'll show you this. I used to do this. I was 12. And everybody was like, because I was a little boy, But
well, there's a lot of people who've made a career out of playing just that.
just the three chords.
Just that. That's all you need. Anything more than that's too much. Well, tell you what, Bruno, you mentioned David Gilmour. Yeah, earlier. Is he one of the guitarists that influenced you guys?
Yeah, he is one of the. Apart from him, he's a great guitarist because he play. I think we like all the guitarists who play with their hearts. More than the technique that you can have. We appreciate it more. Like a Jimi Hendrix or Eric Clapton or David Gilmour. Also, Brian May is one of our favorite, and George Harrison, I think, is the best because he's all you can see from him is heart and soul, So, but Mirko was involved also in, like Van Halen, Steve Vai, and things like that when he was a kid.
Well, of the three of you, who has the most unusual musical taste?
Me, because Alessandro.
He likes like Bing Crosby.
I'm
Frank Sinatra.
A big fan of Frank Sinatra. So I started listening to Frank when I was 13 years old.
Okay.
But I still love him. And but of course I started to listen to the Beatles, to the Stones, so it was just the start. He likes also musicals, Jesus Christ Superstar.
Quale ti piace?
Her.
I think I'm the only one who likes the electronic music.
Okay.
I really like Daft Punk, the French band. Have you ever heard of them? Yeah.
Oh yes, yes.
Yes.
I've listened to them for a long time.
Yeah. Or but uh, I can say that my first 45 record when I was just a kid. I think I was 7 years old. I bought because I was really attracted by this German band, the Kraftwerk.
Hmm.
We Are the Robots. I went there and I wanted that record. That was my real first record, 45.
All right. Well, how about you, Mirko? What was your first record that you
Yeah.
got?
But it was the single. Then I had, as I was telling you, this Paul McCartney, give my regard to Broad Street.
Okay.
So I started to buy all the Beatles album, like the White Album, but I didn't start it from the beginning to the end. It was very strange, my Beatles connection, because after I think after the anthology,
Hmm.
the red one, the very famous one,
Right.
I bought to the White Album.
62, 60.
I bought the White Album, so I was like, after I heard it for the first time, I said, "Oh my dear, what is this?" It was, White Album is eclectic and it's
Right. Kind of like you guys.
design. And you would, and I remember I started to listen and listen and listen every day, while all my schoolmates were listening to Duran Duran, and I would say, "Oh, what it is? This is rubbish." But then I discovered great, And I went to see them. They came here in Italy, and I went to see them, and I was a little bit snobbish about them, but they are a great band as well. We really like them.
Well, my wife will be happy to say that you said that. So, because when you said that the Duran was rubbish, she was probably, getting very mad.
Yeah, it was that attitude that teenager has, because he is listening to the Beatles, the Led Zeppelin. It was something very childish behavior, but we really love them. We went to see them 3 years ago in Taormina, which is an incredible theater, Greek theater in the near the Vulcano. I played there, and it was amazing. A great band, one of the best.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Now, Mirko, we haven't heard from you on what your first record was.
Well, it was the same because I was too little to buy records, so I was listening what they were buying. So
Okay, what was the first CD that you ever bought?
CD. I can't remember. I think a friend of us, for a present, gave me all the Queen collection.
Yeah,
Beatles and Queen collection. She was working in a record store, I remember, and she arrived with all this, Queen and Beatles. It was amazing.
But a few years before, we bought as a present to Bruno all the Wings collection vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we were teenager, we were buying all the records. We have hundreds of them, and then we keep on playing on our record player because it's the best thing to listen to the music. I don't like CD very much. I prefer vinyls. But what I would say, the album that changed our life, it was the John Lennon collection that my father and my mother bought for our oldest brother, Massimo, which is not here, but we say hello to Massimo. And we were listening to this music. I remember I was very, very young, and listened to the, John Lennon stuff. So when we were traveling around England, so after some months with a camper, and I said, "Mom, Mom, I want to go to Liverpool to see the Beatles, the museum of the Beatles." And they took us there, and they bought us the anthology, and so our story started from there. And then the thing is that after a couple of years, not a couple of years, I think it was 8 years after, we were there playing at the Cavern. Can you imagine? This is magic.
Well, I was just going to say that was a kind of a segue for you guys to talk about playing at the Cavern Club, which is, of course, not the original one, but it's right there.
Yeah, they built just very close to the original one with the same bricks.
They say.
Yeah, and a guy a couple of years, a guy that we met in the street showed us where the real cavern was, because the entrance was in a different position. And now there is like a come si chiama il centro commerciale? A commercial center.
Okay.
Because the council, put it down, put all the real cavern
walks
in the 70s, so it was incredible, But now the atmosphere is the same. Someone told me that you can feel the same smell.
Okay.
Damp, beer, and music. It's incredible. Once you got there, you are in another world.
Well, what was it like, growing up being such Beatles fans? What was it like walking out on the stage the first time and realizing that you're playing the Cavern?
Com'era? It was amazing.
It was amazing. We went there and we were very, excited, but we were ready to rock, because before going there, I remember we had rehearsed, every day for months. So we arrived there that we were very, very powerful and self-confident, and the audience went crazy for us, especially, can you imagine the Lord Mayor invited us because the crowd was bigger and bigger, because we played something like 12 concerts. The first concert were, 50 people, second 200.
Wow.
It was packed, totally packed. The Cavern Club was we can say that we felt the screaming, the same screaming. We couldn't hear when we were playing, but it was really fun. And then the nice thing is that we went back there many times, playing our music, and playing for the Power Pop Festival. Not Power Pop.
Overthrow.
The David Bosch one. Power Pop Overthrow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned Wings before, and the on Uplands Park, the title track actually from Uplands Park Road has a very Wings kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And that's actually what attracted me to it, to you guys in the first place, was hearing that. I thought that record could have been played on the radio at the same time. That a station could have come out of a Wings song and right into yours, and nobody would have known that they were produced 40 years apart.
Yeah, Alessandro wrote it, and Mirko sang it. And there is, I think, the musician.
Yes, the vibe and
the vibe,
the chorus. Also, there is a making vocals. I wanted to do something like the that sounded like a Wings song, and even Simon and Garfunkel song, that one that my father was a family best man.
Well, it almost has like a hazy shade of winter kind of feel to it.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see if we can bring in a clip of that, here, and. See if we can get this to play here.
Mhm.
Down and up and down, trying to get a sound. Now we got our feet off the ground. We got no time, we ain't got a dime. Oh, you gotta walk on the line. Playing guitars in a rock and roll band. Got no money in my pocket.
Well, I think you guys definitely hit the Wings feel that you were going for with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a autobiographical.
It was a kind of ironic song.
Ironic song.
The lyrics are
The lyrics was
ironic.
referring about our period in England, which is
It's a bit like a parody of a rock and roll band who want to be famous.
yeah.
you know?
But we were living, we were really living in Uplands Park Row number 3,
Okay.
and we were trying to, to find concert, and we didn't have a lot of money, and the landlady was asking always to pay the rent, and we were going crazy. Everything is real, The only thing that is not real is that
we didn't rob a bank.
we didn't rob the bank. We wanted to.
Well, so much for authenticity, guys.
Sorry?
I said so much for authenticity.
Yes.
All right. Well, just so you know, Melody has let us know that the subtitles aren't understanding you guys too well. So anybody who's watching this on playback, I have no responsibility for how the subtitles come out. So, if you're, saying bad things about people, it's not your fault and it's not mine.
Ah.
We'll try to speak a good English.
Hello, Melanie. Melanie from England. Hi, Mel.
So,
Ciao, Mel.
all right. And I'll tell you what, since we're coming up towards the end of our half hour here, your EP, Kings for a Night. Tell us about that, because on that, while Uplands Park Road had a lot of different styles, you went even like a step further, if you will, stylistically, as far as the variety is concerned, on Kings for a Night.
Yeah. Well, All Right All Night, the single, is a kind of
Joke. A disco joke.
yes, it was. In a way, it's similar to Uplands Park Road, but it's the dance version of Uplands Park Road, because it's, the lyrics are a bit ironic too.
So-
you created from a riff. Yes,
You
actually, it
played
was
on the
Strat. Yes, bit funky dance, and
But
it was a different building of the song, because we had this track, the backing track, and we had a song, the melody, but we weren't satisfied about that. So we tried to build a song, the three of us, playing and singing and sharing
In the
mic,
studio,
in the studio. Like
In the-
Alessandro sing something, he went like. Jimmy was he sang suddenly. Jimmy was a fella, like I don't know why. So we built a story from that, and Bruno was writing
Some lyrics.
some lyrics, and then we had the idea of this big choir, like All Right All Night.
And Mirko played the riff.
I played the riff, like there is. And so on, and
But
so it was fun, to do it.
We was meaning this EP like a bridge between the Uplands Park Road and the new one, because the real continuation of the LP, the Uplands, is the new one, the upcoming one, which we were going to finish if the coronavirus didn't arrive, and stop. It stopped our recording because we recorded a lot of stuff for the album, but it's a big album. Yeah, because we recorded something like 20 songs as usual. So I think that we're gonna make 2 albums out of it. We could, but I think the real continuation is, this one, the new one. And but I know that you like one of my songs because once you told me. And your favorite song is not the All Right All Night, but Everything's Fine Now, right?
Everything's Fine Now, yes.
Yeah, this title I think fits very well
now
with the time we're living.
See, now is the time to put it out as a single.
Yeah. Everything's fine now. I hope.
We can all hope.
But we are making it, How things is going there in the United States? It's good.
Now with the new album, when had you intended to have it, complete, and when do you hope to have it complete?
We were thinking, because we had our last session was going to be to happen in March, and then we stopped. And then we were thinking to do all the mixes and things, now, but and everything is blocked. So I think,
but this time we want to. When our intention is to change way. Like our intention is to release a single as soon as we can, instead of waiting for the album, So we already know which is the single, so we're gonna release it as soon as possible and then release it.
The single could be, after the summer, and then the album will come a little bit later.
More than one single, yeah.
But we hope. You all like it.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be good. In the meantime, while people are waiting for that record to come out, there's a lot of YouTube videos of you guys out there, and the one that comes to mind is where you were on the plane and did an impromptu concert for all the passengers while you were waiting to depart.
Yeah, from Alitalia. Alitalia Flight Company. We were there stuck in the plane after we went to Rai, which is our national TV, and we were in Rome, going to come back to Palermo, and there was a
big fire.
A big fire in the woods near the airport, so we had to wait for the smoke to go away.
Hours and hours.
And it was 6 hours there sitting there. And the hostess, every now and then,
they asked us to.
They asked many
play,
times to play
because they saw us with guitars,
And I said, okay. She was a very pretty girl. Okay, we're gonna play. What are you going to do for us? I can give you 3 orange juice for free. I said, okay, the deal is done. And we stood up.
For orange juice.
Yes, we stood up. And the captain, advises all the passengers that a concert is going to start in the Alitalia flight offered by Cirrone band, and all the people who stood up, and we had our drummer with the tambourine, and it was incredible because we were in the latest seats. I could see 180 people, clapping hands, and it was incredible. And this thing that went to all the news in Italy, TV news. It was very fun. But we also played in a train in New York, coming back from a concert. And I think the same things happened because it was, come si dice il vagone?
Wagon
Wagon. No, well, the train
was
truck. No, truck. I can't remember the word. Sorry. But anyway, when we were sitting there, it was very full of people. It was Saturday night, and we started playing, and everybody was singing with us in a New York train from Manhattan to Long Island. The concert.
We just got to get you booked on a bus in a taxi cab. You'll pretty much, have covered everything.
Yeah. We played everywhere, also in boats and things like that.
or in a Fiat 500.
Well, tell you what, we've reached the end of our 30 minutes here. Guys, why don't you let everybody know where they can find you on your website, Facebook, and all that stuff?
Yeah, just type Cirrone. As you
Cirrone.
can see over there, Cirrone. Just
Right there.
and you'll find everything.
Cirrone on YouTube,
Twitter, Instagram,
or Cirrone Band. But you guys say Cirrone, right?
Cirrone.
Well, I say, Cirrone myself.
You're right.
You
Very good pronunciation.
Not bad for an American.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, guys, tell you what, I do appreciate you coming on the show. Hope to have you back sometime. Look forward to hearing the new stuff. In the meantime, everybody, go on YouTube, go look up the band's videos. You've got the full concert from your performance at the Rye Auditorium.
Yeah.
On there, correct?
Yes.
Right.
So folks can see that. If you like, pop, power pop, rock and roll, any of that, you're going to like these guys. Wonderful harmonies, great musicians. Guys, thank you very much again, and we hope to see you back on another episode of Music Night at the Majestic. Good night, everybody.
Thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure being there. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.